I'm going to walk you through the native dwelling comparison assignment. The way to do this assignment is to always refer to this slide. I am on the slide view instead of doing the slideshow. If you ever get stuck, I'm not looking at this one. I'm looking here because it tells me read the instruction slide 1 through 5. Here they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you see what's going on this corner here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're able to see that as we're going through. Hopefully, I'm going to close this to make it easy. Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as we're doing that, you should be able to see direction slides. Then we view the dwellings and complete the question slides, slides 10, 16, and 22. So if I go here, slides 10, more like 11, I added one extra picture. And that means that everything is moving down. Slides 11, 18, and 25. We added in a few. So your sentences and questions are on 11, 18, 25. Here's 25. Here's 18. And there's 11. Finish Mr. Giving's sentences. That's probably going to have to change too. You'll finish my sentences on slides 27. And then you'll upload a drawing on slide 31. Perfect. View the dwellings. So I'm going to view dwellings and then answer questions. Then I'll finish some sentences, and then I'm going to draw a dwelling. Here are our objectives. We're going to observe differences amongst 3 types of Native American dwellings which were used in Minnesota. Then we're going to compare and contrast these observations about Native American dwellings to other information that we learned. You're going to look at 3 of them, and these are 3 that we're going to check around. We will examine the teepee, the wigwam, and an earth lodge. All of these were used in Minnesota. These 2, the teepee and the wigwam, were used more prevalently than the earth lodge, but where we are here in southern Minnesota, the earth lodge was commonly used, especially along the river and as you get closer to Iowa and the Dakotas. To view the slideshow, you're going to go ahead and actually do your answers upon this slideshow. You'll examine them, you'll take a moment and try to be a detective and spot the unspottable. This is just an idea slide. These are not requirements as you're going through. These are just ideas. If you're not sure what to write about on those question slides, well, here are some ideas you can talk about. You can talk about what do you think they use to make the house? Why would they make that specific style? Why a teepee? Why a wigwam? Why a earth lodge? And then you can also tell me what life might have been like inside of them. Here's our first dwelling, the Plains Indian teepee, and I'm going to pull this up. You're going to notice that my spelling has changed. There are 2 ways to spell this, and I'm going to use a few different ways throughout this presentation to show that to you. Here are some images, 1, 2, 3, and 4 images, and that's inside of a teepee. So now I have a spot where I can write down what I observe. In order to write down what you observe, you'll just click and you'll type your answer right after here. So you'll put down your response. That was for the teepee. Make sure that you're writing in complete sentences. So I would say I observed that, and then I put down whatever it is that I saw. The wigwam, which was used by the Woodlands Indian, here are our images. This is inside of one. Then what did you observe? You can choose to use the same sentence prompt as before, or you can maybe make a different sentence prompt. It's up to you. And here's the earth lodge. This again wasn't as common, but it was around Minnesota, especially in the south. Here's the earth lodge. And this is a model. This is a demonstration of how it was made. This is not, to scale. This is small, but it will show you what it looks like before it's being completed. And here's a cutout of what's inside of an earth lodge. So you'll see people are living around it, and then there's that frame. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one's going to be a lot bigger than the model, right? And then you'll see what it's comprised of. Maybe on this one you'll talk about what you notice, especially on the side, as to what it is made of. What did you observe? Then you're going to help me finish some sentences. You'll write your answer in the green spot. So you'll help finish this one. The wigwam and the teepee are similar because, and then you'll say why. The teepee and the earth lodge are different because, and then you'll say why. And now we're on the draw it part. We are going to make a pre-Columbian home for our climate. Well, pre-Columbian just means that it's before Columbus. So we can't have things, and I know you learned a lot about Columbus last year. We can't have things that are modern Minnesota. This is ancient Minnesota, remember. So we're going to have things that were before the 1492 sale of Columbus. And as we're going through, we're going to make sure that we have things that are appropriate to that time period. So that's no cell phones, that's no cars. We're going to make sure that this is ancient Minnesota. Use some ideas from the houses that you just looked at. Think about what you'd want to be comfortable in Minnesota. Minnesota has some unique climates, and we also have some unique things that come with our climate. If you know it's going to be super cold outside, your house is probably going to be different than somebody who lives in a super warm environment. You're going to take a picture using your webcam of that dwelling, and you'll upload it. There are resources. If you don't know how to upload that picture, click right here. It says upload a picture. In Google Classroom, I have shown you how to do it. When you open up and get ready to update and upload your picture, click right here, Classroom Resources. This is an example. This is what I would make. So you'll see that I sketched it out. I talk about what it's made of, and then so like here, there's branches from trees. There's a chimney. There's some sort of heat because it's going to be super cold in the winter. I sloped my roof so that way all the snow can come off. I did a long entry, so hopefully the heat won't rush out as you try to get in. And then my walls are actually made of animal hides, which are covering over branches. So here's my example of the dwelling that I've chosen. And on the last slide is where you put that dwelling.